Okay, so that was the name that I chose for the company. Okay. I will change this later during the break.
We can take your name and make it
No,
That's fine with me.
I like
Yeah,
snake
that's a
oil.
good one, I like that.
Yeah.
okay. I just threw numbers in here. Okay? There's no reality. I have no idea if this works or what it does. Well, that's not quite true. Okay, so we have to have an objective. What is our fundamental objective here?
Make money.
No, money is not measurable. You got to speak up.
It's an ROI, the return on the investment, 1.5 times. It's the one.
Well, you want more than 25% a year?
It's exactly.
What do you want?
I think that's pretty aggressive.
Yeah. 2 times capital growth is really aggressive.
I didn't say, I don't know if these are consistent with each other. I just made things up. I mean, the idea is a quick judgment call. We're going to have lots of time to fix it. Okay, so the definitive statement is, John?
What? Well, I was going to say, do you have risk management in here somewhere?
Well, sort of. Well, we have to have it.
Yeah, it's by block somewhere.
Business control.
Okay, so you want to change the 25 to a different number? What do you want it? 20. We can revise it later, but this is easy. Okay, we'll revise the 2x capital growth. How much money are we going to start with? I don't think 100K is a reasonable number. I think a lot of people will start with smaller accounts.
And let's run number 10.
How about 30? Because otherwise, if you decide on a trade and wanted to get off, it could be considered a day trade, and that would be, so we'll move it up.
Okay, I got one vote for 30. I got one for 25.
100 is.
Okay, let's do it this way. I got 5. I got 5 going one. I got 10. Got 10. You'll give me 10. 10. Got 10. You'll give me 15. 15. 15 going once.
100 is the next round number.
Yeah, I bid 20.
20.
I bid 20.
20.
30.
Before you get this far, you got to decide what kind of trading you're doing.
Well,
You're going to do futures trading,
we're going to have to decide that. But
but that depends on what
you start with how much money you got. You don't start with what you're going to trade. You start with how much money you got.
Well, it depends on more than that. It depends, if you want to go short as well as long, you need at least 25,000 in your account if you're going to stop.
We're going to decide what manufacturing lines we're going to put in place. But that's going to come down here. We're going to answer that quickly. So, what number do you want to put?
30,000.
30,000. At 30.
Well, maybe you ought to have more than that.
50 and 50. I think 100 is around.
How about 50?
And then people just
3
want to
million.
live with that if it's.
Well, I want to use the smaller numbers because many people start with smaller accounts. And we'll see how it actually works out. Because we've got several other decisions to make. We can always come back and you can always add more funding. And I'm going to give you these spreadsheets, as useless as they are. So, how much of this are you going to, of your money do you want to spend on education?
That's going to have to be quite a bit.
It
Well, I
depends,
mean,
depends if you're,
One course is $5,000.
3?
Got to be at least 5.
Are you an experienced trader or are you a novice trader?
We are the group.
Then we don't need as much as a novice would.
1%.
3%.
Well, if you go to 10%, you've got $3,000 to, you can go buy that first optionetics class or something. Do you want to take that out of your, do you want to do that, or you want to start and say, I'm not going to buy a big class to start with? Here's your first quick decision.
We need more capital to trade with, so.
Well, now you've got the 30K. I mean,
We have to learn from each other.
you're going to have to learn something. So don't try to fight. You got 30K. We may already made the decision.
5%.
Yeah, 5%.
Okay, you're at 5. How much are you going to spend on your equipment?
Nothing.
Nothing, already
We
have.
have equipment.
No, your equipment has value, so if you want to say that the equipment's not in the 30K, you can say that you've actually got 20K and 10K of equipment. I don't care, your equipment has value. So you can't get the equipment for free, you can't trade for free.
1,500 will buy you a reasonable computer setup, so.
And some software,
Yeah.
okay? Okay, how much you're going to spend money when you're doing research and development, you're going to do some kind of thing, so how much money are you going to spend over there? 5% of your total budget?
Where does that money actually go? Is that towards losses, to recover losses?
No, that's not part of your trading account.
How are we gonna spend R&D money?
Oh, you might buy some software that, or you might take a service.
Data feed?
You might do Macmillan or some other, one of these other, buy a service. There's a lot of things you can do with your research and development over there that you can spend money on. Now, if you don't want to spend any money, that means that you can only use the resources that you have. You cannot go to any other place or anything else. So, do you want to have, you don't have to spend it, but you can allocate it. See what it does to your business plan.
1%.
1%?
You do software, you run
You're going to spend $300 over the next year on research and development.
That's like,
Your company is going out of business.
looks like data feeds and. Yeah.
What's the difference between education and R&D?
Yes. So, is 1% the number you want there?
No.
So, quickly, I say 5. 5 going once?
I think our R&D is labor intensive and not much capital is spent.
Yeah, it's your R&D people,
So, what do you want?
3%.
Okay. I'm happy, this is not my plan. How much are you going to pay yourself?
5%.
How much are you going to allocate to pay yourself?
5%
As soon as you write
of
your-
net profit.
As soon as we're going to talk about the compensation plan in a minute, but, okay, so how much for the,
5% of net profit. You don't pay yourself unless you make money.
well, but you got to allocate some money for doing that. So I'm going to throw you that you probably, we'll come back to this. Let's leave it at 5. So you've actually will pay yourself something out of that for the labor you're doing. Hopefully you're going to make profit so that it actually comes out of profit. But we'll see that. Okay, so that works out to be, so how much in contingency?
7%.
just
Contingency is what you don't know. So since you took it out of research and development, you may need, there's always stuff in any plan that you don't know. Yeah. We're at 7:30. And so we're going a little slower. I want to be actually through this. Before that, we'll come back to this because we have quite a bit to go. So we'll take a very short break so that we can do the last run on hot dogs and such. And let's make this about actually 10 minutes because you're going to find this gets really interesting. We'll come back and continue this process.